Dirty water and grass, that's where a chatterbait shines. But when they've seen all of them and you can't get a bite on a chatterbait, you better pick up one of these. All right, geeks, that's right. Listen, I'm going to talk to you today about a bait that for you geeks out there that love to throw a chatterbait, whether it be in stained water, whether it be in open water or around grass or whatever it may be, docks, brush, we all know the chatterbait is a great bait, but everyone throws them nowadays. I've got a little bait for you that's a little more subtle. So when that chatterbait bite goes away because they've seen so many of them, you're going to want to pick this up. And I'm talking about the Pulse Fish Skirted Jig. This thing is incredible, boys and girls. All right, but first I got something from you guys from Pulse Fish. This is the November Bass Geek Box, and it is sponsored by Pulse Fish. They are nice enough to send us $50, a little bit more than $50 worth of baits so that I can give them to you guys. And this is an incredible little bait that I'm about to show you. So let's open it up and I'll show you what you get. Here's what one of you lucky geeks are going to win from Pulse. Check it out. Love this one. This is a Skirted Pulse Jig, and of course that's a green pumpkin. They're going to give you a bunch of these. Check that out. That's got a little purple, little chartreuse to it. That is going to be great in some dirty water or low light conditions. And I mean, come on. How can you live without black and blue? And you always got to have a chartreuse and white. Now, on top of that, man, they have sent you some other really cool things. Listen, they have got some great swim bait / minnow bait. Whatever you really want to use them for, they've got some great heads. Now, these are specially designed by MedHvy, okay? Good dude, by the way. These are 1/4 ounce. This is a 3-pack. This is Tennessee shad. This is a 1/4 ounce in pearl. And this is one of my favorite sizes, a 1/8 in pearl. Last but not least, they also sent you something that is a great fall and wintertime bait. It is also a MedHvy design. This is an incredible finesse underspin right here. They sent it to you in 2 colors. This is the spinning PJ, and that is in a pearl, 1/4 ounce. They also sent you one in Tennessee shad in a 1/4 ounce. Trust me, we've caught a bunch of fish on these. These are incredible. And as always, you will get a Pulse Fish Lures sticker, and you also get a BassGeek sticker. But also, as always, I forgot to put one in the box right now and bring it along for the ride. Let me show you how I like to rig the Skirted Pulse Fish Jig. All right, guys, here is the Pulse Fish Skirted Jig. This thing is an incredible backup or kind of 1-2 punch with a chatterbait or a bladed jig, whatever you want to call it. I know it has won a ton of money. I have spoke to them about it. It's done very, very well with a lot of different pros. So I want to show you something. They also sell these, and they make the perfect trailer for the Pulse Fish Jig or Pulse Fish Skirted Jig. Now, I do cut the tip off basically to rig them. All you do, guys, you know my little trick. I just go ahead, I kind of size it up, I poke a hole in the top, and then I go ahead and separate the skirt material as best you can. And then you just dead center it, slide it up, pop out, and push up on the keeper. Good and straight. So something that I always do is I always add just a drop of Avid Angler glue. Let that dry, and there you go. Good and straight. You got a nice little vibrating jig bait fish profile. Let me go show you rod reel line setup. All right, so let me tell you about the rod reel line setup. This is a 3/8 ounce, which I believe is what all of those are in the box. They're either quarters or 3/8 ounce. This is my TFO Tactical Elite. They don't make these anymore. The new ones are on their way out. I will put a link in the description to the comparable. The new ones are supposed to be here any day now. They're listed as coming in the fall, and they are the Tactions, and they are beautiful. Pretty daggone good upgrade. But this is a 7.3 medium heavy fast action. I've got this coupled with a Lew's BB1 Pro. This is the older one. You can, of course, get the updated one, which I actually like a little bit better for this particular bait. Now, as always, this is Pro 100. So 100% fluorocarbon by K9. Pro 100. Guys, I'm telling you, check out K9. I mean, you see how many fish I catch with this line all the time. So, plus I got a 10% discount in the description. So now when, where, and why are you going to use this? Like I said, this is great. I like it in a little stained water. I like it around shad. This bait for me is great around laydowns. It's great around grass, over grass. It's, you know, if you're bringing it through grass, not as much. I mean, it'll come through some sparse grass, but you want to fish this over and around, okay? It's got a great thump. It'll call them up. That's the key. It's great for you guys that fish a chatterbait a lot. I fish super clear water unless it dirties up. I generally don't fish a chatterbait unless I'm fishing it over top of some pretty heavy laydowns. For me, it's very good in the fall around balls of shad. I like to throw this out there. It's one of the ways I like to stand out from shad in the fall. I'll throw this out and run it through those balls of shad. And when those balls of shad scatter, if there's bass around them, this bait gets bit. So let me show you how hard it is. That's absolutely hard. Trust me, this is pie. So as always, the first thing you do is make a nice long cast. You get a huge backlash. Let's try this one again. So it's as simple as making a cast. Now you can either contour the bank, contour the brush, fish it over top of whatever. I do recommend fishing this around cover, but once you're down there, you know, I like to give it just a little quick pull to get it started, and then I try to reel it as slow as I can. Sometimes I'll stop, give it a couple of twitches, speed it up, stop, you know, just like a chatterbait. You know, 90% of the time, a chatterbait, I'm not going to just straight retrieve it. You know, a spinner bait, I'm not going to straight retrieve it. I'm going to change it up. Now, this bait is great on a straight retrieve. I mean, just look at the action of it. A lot of times, I'm going to stop and go. That's generally what I'm going to do. Stop and go. Always keep your rod tip down. Always reel as slow as you can so that you feel the thump of the bait. If you don't feel the thump of the bait, give it a little twitch with the rod tip to keep it going. As far as setting the hook and fighting the fish, it's a side set. Keep your rod tip down so they don't jump, and then it's just simply get them to the boat. It's a single hook bait. It's got a solid hook in it. Get them to the boat, get them to the bank. Now, how can you win everything that's in this box, geeks? It's going to be this simple. As always, we're going to pick a hashtag, and we're going to go #Pulse. #Pulse, guys. Make sure you go ahead and enter that in the comments below. That is how you'll be entered to win the Pulse Fish November box. Pulse Fish sent this stuff in free. They're a great company. They're a small company, and that's who I love to support. Geeks, make sure you go and let them know that we love them. We like their baits. Go over there and just tell them hey, and that you seen them on BassGeek. All right. As always, questions, comments in the comment section below. You guys know I love to talk fishing with you, and you better #Pulse to be able to win. Like it if you like it. Don't forget to subscribe. Make sure you ring the bell so you get those notifications. 100% Watch Squad. You guys rock. But, as always, all of you beautiful geeks rock. Thank you.